Greetings. I'm listening.
Great to meet you.
I've been expecting you.
For the good.
You come get the voodoo.
Hey there. And you are?
Light be with you.
You come to consult the spirits?
Welcome to Orgrimmar. Have you come to serve the Horde?
Shiny. Sail here. Me buy and trade. What?
Sail here. Me buy and trade. What?
Hello and welcome to Ctrl Alt WoW, the podcast for those of us who love World of Warcraft and love making many alts. Today is Sunday, February 9th, 2020, and this is episode 649 entitled, Is This Year the Year? I'm Aprillian, your host, and with me are my two awesome co-hosts. How are you, Constructs?
I'm feeling fantastic. How about yourself, Brilliant?
I am doing very well, actually. Incredibly well. And Grand Nagus, how are you?
Yeah.
It's a day.
Yeah, we're going through a night, actually. We're going through a hurricane period. And, yeah.
Oh, my.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, it's I don't know how much it's going to affect my travel plans for tomorrow.
Okay.
So at the moment, all long-distance train travel has been canceled, and I need to go by train. So, yeah, that's a little up in the air. I don't know. Let's see what that...
Just as long as you know it's not the ticket agent's fault.
It sounds very, very much doomsday. It sounds like the zombies are out in Asia. The hurricane is coming to Europe. You know, I don't know what's going to happen in Canada, but you know, right now we got sunny weather.
No, it's basically the post office wanted to get rid of me. And wanted to forcefully retire me. So I fought that for about 14 years. With the ensuing mental stress that put on me. So, yeah, and then eventually they succeeded in that. And now the overarching governmental institution tells me, oh yeah, the post office has done that because they wanted to get rid of this many people. So we are going to evaluate you and see if we can reinstate you.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. No, not nice. I don't want to go back. So now I'm, as much as I was obligated to go to the doctors to get evaluated towards retirement, now I have to go to basically the same doctor so he can evaluate me towards being reinstated.
Oh, wow.
Yep. That's kind of interesting.
Sounds like a doozy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, if they get paid 8,000 euros per evaluation, sure. That's a thing where they are going to write whatever the person or the institution that pays you want, because they don't want to use them as a customer. Because $8,000 is quite a lot of money for looking at a person for a couple of minutes and then writing something that may or may not be true, just to satisfy the criteria that they want. So, yeah. Yeah, so let's see what that turns out to be. So, yeah.
What's a good app? I mean, a good add-on for coordination
Coordination
for those. Well, I'm being told that I need to go to a certain part of Suriname, but I don't have coordinates. Coordinates. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, coordinates.
Why don't you get one of us to come and fly you there?
There is an add-on called Coordinates.
Oh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
It's the easiest.
Alrighty. I see Coordinates by Tomcats Tours, coordinate tracking, accurate coordinates.
You can use Tomcat.
Okay.
Doesn't TomTom display your coordinates when you fly around?
I don't know. It didn't show it on the map.
Only if you have like a waypoint, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, coords.
Anyways, so
there is an add-on called coords. There's one called coordinates. There are other add-ons.
I installed the
as a
Tomcat.
bundle. Yep.
So what's the title? Why are we thinking this might be the year for
the Love Rocket?
The big Love Rocket. What else?
Yeah.
Weren't you waiting by your computer for the time to tick over past 7? Or it would have been 4 o'clock in the morning.
So that brings us...
And then you hit the queue as soon as the timer ticks over and the vendors are there.
So that's
I was in Ogremar waiting and waiting. As soon as I saw the vendors, I hit the queue.
So that brings us to what's going on this week.
Exactly. Yeah, we have ongoing. We have Love is in the Air. Yeah, and that ends on February 21st at midnight.
Okay.
So 11:59 p.m. And so 1 minute ahead of midnight. And then ending on Tuesday is the Arena Skirmish bonus event and the PvP Brawl, Cooking Impossible. And then starting to replace it is the World Quest bonus event and the Nyalotha, the Waking City raid LFR Wing 2 is opening.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, we have 3 more bosses, if I remember correctly, that we can go in and fight.
You know what the eye level of the gear that drops is? I haven't even gone in there yet.
Me neither. Let me just quickly check. Nyalotha, the eye level for the LFR is... let's see, where are we? Here we are, 430.
Yeah, some of the gear from World Quest is now 430 for the emissary as well.
Yeah, 430, 440.
Right. And the cloak is 470, right?
Yes, correct.
Until you upgrade it.
Until you upgrade it, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how big the steps are. Well, if upgrading gives you 5 more or 1 more or 10 more, I have no idea.
I don't know. I just know the nerf is coming when we get to, what is it, 9.0 now?
9.0 is Shadowlands.
Yeah, 9.0. So the nerf is coming.
What nerf?
The level squish.
Yeah.
All the eye levels are just going to drop again.
They didn't say anything about eye levels. They just said something about character level.
You don't want the gear ever reaching eye level 1000. They tried that before. The cloak got to eye level 1000, and then everybody wanted to upgrade it. So it's like, oh, that doesn't work.
No, but there's still a bit of room we only have like 175. We started with
the only profession that goes to 950 is archaeology. Everything else has been worked.
Yep.
So you know they're thinking in their mind they're going to improve it by changing the numbers around. I just remember the PvP gear in Cataclysm was 403. I know that because that was my departure time every day from the airport. It was like 403, time to go. And I was thinking about my gear and WoW when I was driving.
Oh, that's funny.
How about addicted, eh?
Yeah. No, but I don't think that they're going to do that. I mean, obviously it can be wrong, but let's put it this way. They don't necessarily have to go and squish the levels again, the eye levels, just because they squish the character levels. And I would think that they only do it every other expansion. Squishing the numbers every expansion is a bit much because the relations have to be squished as well.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's something that you don't want to do too often. At least in my opinion, that's a bit too much. So we'll see.
Yeah. What else is going on this week?
Darkmoon Fair sadly ended on Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, I was sad to see that go.
Wouldn't it have been nice if it was during Love is in the Air?
Yeah, well, yeah.
And then we have PvP Brawl Cooking.
No, that's still going on. That's ending on Tuesday.
Ooh.
But it's still going on, yeah.
So I just did my first Love is in the Air dungeon.
And you got the rocket?
I got a choker, 425. I upgraded from a 282 necklace.
Yeah, you don't need that because you have your
Heart of Azeroth.
Heart of Azeroth.
But the Heart of Azeroth is only 282.
Yeah, but it powers all your Azerite gear.
Oh, do I have Azerite gear?
You probably do.
And again, had you taken me up on my offer
for the emissaries?
Yeah. It would be eye level 440 now.
460.
460.
Yeah. So.
Oh well, Cecil.
It's all good.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go and look at the emissary rewards now, I think there's at least one that gives still active that gives you 3,000 Azerite power. If you just look at them, we can do those. That's not an issue.
Okay. Oh, it's actually, right now it's not that big a deal because I'm in Suramar, so I'm one-shotting everything anyway, so, but yeah, if it happens. All right, anything else?
No,
all
not
right.
really.
Okay, well, let's get started.
I've had a fantastic weekend. Wow. It's very comforting. Those battlegrounds where you're not necessarily putting out more damage, but you feel like you're contributing more by pushing all the buttons all at once. Bad boy. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Contracts, how's your weekend WoW been?
I have to confess I passed out a lot.
That's okay.
What?
I passed out at the Darkmoon Fair carousel. I passed out while doing Grizzly trophies. I passed out while doing the Pet Battle Quest. I passed out falling off a cliff. You know that cliff where you're coming off
Right, when you go
into the
straight
fair,
ahead.
and there's like
Yeah.
there's like a drop off there.
Right, you can die.
Dropped off.
Yeah.
You can die, but I didn't.
Okay.
I had like 2% health left.
Oh, good.
And then I passed out in Draenor doing my pet battles with Ashley and Gagra or whatever her name is. And I was so massively tired because usually you level a character to 120 or max level over a period of time.
Right.
But if you're in a real hurry, you can do incursions. You can go get your Wii buff. You can quest. You can do archaeology. You can do pet battles. You can do a number of things to level in a day. Well, I didn't level in a day. I leveled in a day and a half. So I got to level 120, and then my face hurt, my hair hurt, my arm hurt. I was like, I'm too old for this stuff. I gotta slow down or like spread it out.
Slow down.
Slow down. Do like the Pandarans say, slow down. Drink a coffee. Go for a walk or something.
That's not the Pandaran.
I just drinking coffee. I'm drinking coffee. I'm drinking so much coffee to play WoW. It's like I told my spouse yesterday, I'm going to bed. And an hour and a half later, I was still at the computer.
Oh, no.
So one thing I did this week is I went on my spare PC, which I got back from the computer shop, with a capture card, a 4K capture card, Elgato 460 Pro or whatever. And so like I can stream, I can use OBS, because on my second computer I don't have the license for XSplit. I don't know if I can use XSplit on both computers or not. I'll do some testing on that. And
you just need to log in.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't use them simultaneously, but it doesn't matter.
That's what I mean. I want to use them simultaneously, and I want to have access to the chat room where I don't need to hear the chat room, but I do need to be able to type in there.
Yeah. So what you do basically with the XSplit is you go and log in.
Yeah.
And then you're done. So wherever you log in is where you can use it.
Yeah, I was doing XSplit without Zoom. I was using the VCam because that's the software I got as a bonus for buying the license for XSplit. So I was using the VCam, and my VCam comes up with a watermark. And I'm like, what is this? I don't want it. But if you just log in, it removes the watermark for you. I was like, okay. So like, it's just a matter of they don't want anybody who doesn't own a legit copy of the software to be able to use it in any capacity. Right. So I understand that part. And it's the same as Blizzard protecting themselves and wanting their game to be online version only. I did quite a bit of streaming this week. I did like 19 hours of streaming just to get the feel of it, to have people in my chat room, to converse. I get occasionally people asking me if they want me to buy followers, and I'm like, that's not how it works. Twitch doesn't necessarily endorse people paying to have followers. Twitch, basically, if you have a lot of people subscribe to your channel, then you get something out of it, but it's not a pay-as-you-go service. I had gotten the Epic version of the EU game. I put the price in the chat room for that. I got the 6-month renewal on my EU game. So my friend, basically, that means 8 months of game time included with the 6 months, and the 2 months free you get with the Epic version. So my friend should get all the rewards by October for up to 8 months. The plane will come after 9 months. So I have to buy one more month. Like it's all carefully engineered to generate income. I get that. And I wanted to try on EU to see what it was like. And I made a Pandaren rogue, and I made a Worgen Rogue. Why constructs would you make these crappy races that have a long starting zone? Well, to tell you the truth, if you don't have any pets over there and you want a Gilnean Raven, you have to fork out money. You have to fork out 6,000 or 7,000 gold. But if you do the starting area, you fork out 10 silver. I think 10 silver is a much better deal. So I made a Worgen Rogue. When the Worgen Rogue gets the Stormwind, he goes to the pet trainer and he buys his free pet, basically.
Mm-hmm.
When the Pandaren Rogue gets to Stormwind or Orgrimmar, wherever, you get a Jade Crane chick. So that's another pet that's like several thousand gold if you don't have the patience to level through that starting zone. I'm most likely going to do a couple other races, but I don't think I'm going to get all the allied races on EU because I don't know how long I'm going to be playing over there. I have figured out that when you buy the epic version, you get 2 boosts. You don't get 1, you get 2. So I wasn't really understanding how that works, but basically when you buy epic, you get a 110 boost and you get a 120 boost. Because as a recruiter friend, you don't get any pets or mounts out of that. So Blizzard's approach is to give you a boost, which a boost, if you think about it, is a $60 value or $75 value, depending on what country you live in. So Blizzard wants to give you something for starting up the game and doing the recruiter friend thing, but they're not going to give you the pets or the mounts. They reserve that for people who recruit new players. And I thought, oh man, I'm going to struggle without heirlooms or what. No, the white or the gray gear is just fine. I know to play a rogue just great. Everything goes down in 2 or 3 shots. I don't have any problems with the mobs in the starting area because they scale to my health pool. So if I have less health, it's actually beneficial because they die quicker. So I thought I was going to struggle at the starting area, but no, it's just fine. I mean, you just mow through the mobs really quick. I got my first goal when I started in an area that's like the Goblin or the Worgen or the Pandaren is to get to a rested area so I could have rested XP. So my first play session is great because you get that ding sound every time you gain a level. So it's like ding, ding, ding. It's very entertaining. You don't get that at max level because when you get to the later levels, it takes like several hours to get a level. When you're doing it through new starting experience and you don't have any gear, you get that every couple of minutes because like level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, that's like so quick. I don't mind the tutorials. I want to see what other people get when they start the experience. And I think it's valuable to understand. You were saying, Aprillian?
You learn something.
Yeah, it's valuable to learn something. I want to know, if I recruit a friend, what my brother or my sister or my cousin is going to go through. Mm. And I like that on the EU, you have all the different countries on the taskbar, the tab bar. You have Germany, you have English, you have French. It's all laid out close together. And it's like, wow, what an interesting community that must be. I don't know of any mega guild over there, so I'm playing on the server with new players only. So the economy is a little bit different on new players only servers because you don't have rich players. You have normal economy with normal growth factors and normal population bases. You don't have heavy, high population servers where the competition's fierce. Mm. So I don't know how it'll work with TSM because on that computer I don't have the premium, but I'll see if it'll let me log into my TSM desktop app on both computers. I don't know if it'll do that because it will on the EU account as well. Oh, okay. So that's interesting.
You just need to set it up properly. You just need to target the EU servers.
Yeah. I like that Google I'm not a big fan of Google, but I like that Google, when you log in on a second computer that's not your own, asks you if you want to import all your settings for your Google Chrome, because you don't have to look for all the web pages. You don't have to redo all your links. You don't have to go all over the place to find all the different organizational tools. Twitch is all set up for you.
Right.
So you just click and you log in, and you're already caught up. You don't spend hours just repeating your setup that you have on your other computer. Twitch just says, do you want to install the game? And you hit yes. It says 72 gigabytes. I'm like, oh my God, it's going to take forever. 30 minutes. It was really quick to download. It probably does that thing that people were talking about a few years ago, the BitTorrent, where it pulls from different sources. And since my client on the next computer is also the same setup, it probably uses my network to also pull from there as well. So it was great. I haven't had any problems on EU. I just see that the starting zones are really busy. People are leveling all kinds of stuff. So, like,
and that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's not uncommon to run into 5 or 6 Pandarans at the same time when you're doing a quest. So that's kind of nice. I like my little setup over there. I thought I was going to have a hard time just getting it all set up, but I got a widescreen monitor that I had in the box. I wasn't taking it out of the box because I thought it doesn't fit my setup. And I looked on the back, and I had a wall mount on my old monitor that fit the new monitor. So I didn't have to screw in anything other than the 4 screws on the back of the monitor. And I hung it up, and it took 5 minutes to hang up my monitor. I was like, great. Like, it's just that's reduce, recycle, reuse, and I have a great time. I didn't do much multi-boxing this week. I went through all my Love Rocket Dungeons single queue because I am recording every opening of the box. I'm hoping one of the box has the item in the box so I can see what the loot item looks like, and I can have it on Twitch at the same time as I loot it. I'm just looking to try and figure out on my stream how to save the videos, because I play a lot, but I don't broadcast everything. So I'm trying to be more proactive how I do things, because I kind of want things to look professional. If nothing else, like if you come to a stream and you don't enjoy the content, you're not likely to come back. But if you come to a stream and you resonate with the person who's hosting, I really like J Palm playing the Old Republic, because he's appealing and he makes good comments. He doesn't talk about everything that happens, but when he talks, it's great. It's refreshing, and I get to watch some of the story. And he doesn't play all night. He plays until he gets tired, and he goes, you have to go to work tomorrow, and that's kind of the attitude that I have. If I'm too tired, I don't really enjoy my play session. But if I'm not passing out, then I can go longer on the Dark Moon Fair. The last 2 hours of Dark Moon Fair, I was just way too tired. I played for I get up at 4 a.m. to start doing my runs, and I did my 17 runs. The first day I did 16 runs because I didn't have enough max level characters. The second day I'd leveled my mage up 1 level, so he was able to do the run for the purple box. The purple box is the only box that has a chance for the rocket. The green box does not. So the second day I did 17 runs, then 7 o'clock ticked over on West Coast. So I was able to do the other 17 runs again. So that's 34 runs in a row. So single queue. So I was busy the whole time. I finished right before reset. I finished like 10 minutes before reset my last run. And then 10 minutes after reset, I started up again. And at the same time, I'm doing my garrisons. I'm earning followers. I got 1 more Sulare on my Draenei Paladin. So basically, I'm trying to have him in as many garrisons as possible, because these are a cool thing, for the bonfire toy. And that's pretty much been my week.
Alrighty. Sounds like a good week. For the most part.
Nice, yeah.
Oh, excellent. Oh, how you doing? I get excited. I get giddy and love making many alts. My dog is trying to poop for the Horde and for the Alliance. It was funny in my head.
Tell us, Brilliant, how was your weekend? WoW?
My weekend WoW has been good. I have been basically, of course, on Aprillian in Suramar, running around. I want to thank you for all the ancient mana you've been sending me. My
pleasure. I can't use it. I have too much.
Yeah, well, then I'm happy to use it. I actually did do a run with the Withering, kind of understanding that one, getting through it. Sometimes I get lost. But I make it through. I've also noticed that my Shalaron home is up building. I put some pictures in the show notes of the place that you told me that I need to go to get the quest. So I'm gonna try to do that as soon as. Well, right now what I'm doing is running everybody through the Lovers in the Air.
There's only 7 or 8 quests, and you get an extra 100 ancient mana to hold.
Right.
So if the quest giver's in there, then it brings you further along in the quest line, I think.
Yeah, I took full advantage of Darkmoon Fair, got the buff on everybody, as many people as I could. I went and did some of those mini games. I guess they're just for when you're really bored. Because I just didn't understand. I mean, they were okay, but I mean, you don't really get anything from them. Or am I missing something?
Nope.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not doing any more of those. I did. I've done 2 of the Lovers in the Air dungeons so far. No Love Rocket yet. Yeah. And I'm playing on my boosted rogue in what is that area? I always forget the name of that area. But it's really interesting, and I'm having a lot of fun. Not doing anything really exciting, but yeah, I'm playing. And what else? I upgraded Aprillian. I went to the auction house and upgraded all of her gear because she was wearing a lot of heirloom gear. She went through a lot of money, but you know, she's doing good now. Which the only reason for that is when I'm doing the Grizzly Trophies, I can just one-shot people in Suramar.
Have you unlocked World Quests?
Yeah, I'm doing World Quest. In fact, the Slippers World Quest came up 2 days in a row, and that's like the easiest one ever. Oh, make a pair of slippers. Okay, bam.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. And I guess that's been my week. I'm just gonna keep running. My goal now is to keep running this dungeon and maybe, get my love rocket. Sorry, it's not more exciting, but I'm having fun.
That's okay. Can you accept the invite?
For what?
I sent you a character invite. Oh, okay. Declined.
I don't know what character you sent it to. I'm not on Aprillian right now.
It expires after 2 minutes.
Your priest? Is that a priest?
Oh, my priest isn't logging in for some reason. I'm just on the Warlords of Draenor screen for some reason. I'll reboot her.
Think Auric then.
Yeah. Oryx in the dungeon, and all of a sudden she froze. That's interesting. Oh, well, maybe it's my connection. But that's been my week.
Nice.
Okay, so you can't.
I'm frozen right now. I don't know why.
Accept the invite then. Sure.
Yeah. All right.
You're in the dungeon.
Yeah,
so
and I'm in the dungeon and I'm frozen. I hope I still get the thing when I unfreeze. All right.
Nice.
If you
have to have threat on the mobs in order to get loot.
Yeah.
If you get in the dungeon and you don't pull any threat,
you just freeze when you go in.
Well, I was fighting.
Yes,
okay,
then you're fine. You're fine. You'll get.
But right now my screen is frozen, so I don't even know what's going to happen. I don't even want.
That's not. Yeah.
That's not good at all. Yeah. Oh well. It happens. All right.
I find it very, very easy to be true. Am allerschönsten war es doch zu Haus, und ob sonst mich einst in die Welt hinaus. Und in der Ferne suchte ich mein Glück, wer kennt den Weg zurück.
And now it's time for add-on spotlight and a whole bunch of other things with Grand Negus. What do you have for us this week?
First of all, let me see. On my hunter, finally I finished the Harrison Jones follower meta achievement, so I got him to help me out now.
Oh, great!
To level my tunes, my followers a little faster. So that's a nice thing. Where there's a difference if you have a 91. Again, I mentioned that 2 weeks ago. If you have a 91 follower that is penalized for doing a 100 quest.
Yeah, the higher level quests.
That gives you 15,000 XP, where normally you should only get 100 or 200. And you can get the follower bumped up to level 100 for that one mission and not be penalized when collecting 15,000 XP. That's quite a significant amount of XP for level 90, 91, whatever low level followers. So you really get
multiple levels at that point if it's 10,000, 15,000, or 20,000.
Yep, exactly. So that has happened twice so far. Once I got 15,000 and the other one was 10,000. And I've had multiple, like 2 or 3 more with 8,000, which isn't bad either. But my followers weren't that low that it makes such a significant impact. They were like 96, 98, something like that. It's still a significantly higher amount than they would get on their own, but still, like the ultimate would be if you have two followers that are saying level 90, 91, and then you get the 15, or as the contract says, 20,000. I haven't had the 20,000 one yet. The highest I had was a 15,000. But that's still quite nice. So in that regard, Harrison Jones is really, really helpful to level your followers quite a bit faster. Also, I started leveling 2 of the minor professions, Zendalari, cooking in this case,
right,
and archaeology. So, and as Construx mentioned earlier, archaeology is not split up into expansion levels like all the other professions are. So archaeology is one ongoing grind to level, whatever, 950 now?
950 is the max. I'm at 940 on my rogue, and I've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah. So what I try to do is go another route compared to Constructs, where he says that normally go and do Kalimdor as the easiest. I go and...
it's not the easiest, but it's the only place to get the recipe for Violet Sands with the Tolvir digs.
Right.
That's right, but you need to get to the Tolvir digs first. You need to be, what is it, 450?
425.
425, yeah. So I'm at 75 now, 74, and I only dig and solve archaeology finds on continents or in content that grant me the crates.
Right.
So I can get the crates and so I can turn them into Tolvir fragments at the end and get that bonus as well. Because if you go and run around on either Kalimdor or Eastern Kingdoms, you don't get those caches, those crates. So you basically throw away free artifact fragments.
Right.
True.
Granted, it takes a little longer, but still, if you're not in a hurry, this is the most effective way to maximize your fragment count. And yeah, that's something that I thought about, and I thought, yeah, that's something that I'm definitely going to do. I think it starts in Pandaria, if I remember correctly, as the first expansion where you get the crates. I haven't done much on Pandaria. The only ones
I say you're correct, because that's where the manted fragments are, and as soon as you uncover one, you can right away fold it down to the crate.
Yeah, exactly. And it saves you backspace because the crates stack. The solves, they don't.
Right.
So you can. That's another thing. That's quite.
I think all the Pandaria ones, the solves sell for 1 gold, whereas previously the solves could sell for as many as 200 gold.
I don't know about that. The other thing, the only other issue you might have with backspace is if you uncover or if you solve a pristine find. That means that it starts a quest and that it's a unique item that has to be turned in your respective area, hub, whatever you want to call it, to then give you 3 crates plus a keystone of the respective faction, archaeology faction that you solved the pristine one for. So if you want to maximize your chances for that, then I would suggest, at least until you reach the 425, go that route so you can. I'm at, as I said, 74 at the moment, and if let's just check my bank. Where are we? Toggle location, bank here. I have at the moment 12 crates, restored artifact crates, which gives you between 6 and 9 something like that.
Yeah.
Fragment. So that's about 60 plus fragments. So that's almost one minor solve.
The nice thing about the crates is you can pick the solve of your choice.
Exactly.
Right.
And since you want as an alchemist, you want the vial of the sands.
Yeah.
And that's why you want the Tolvir.
Yeah.
And the other reason you want the Tolvirs is you want the pet.
Or the battle tank, the Karaji mount.
Yeah, but that's once in a lifetime for the account. You can't sell that for anything.
I've looted 2 of the fossil mounts, the Raptor.
Yeah.
But you can only learn 1, like you said.
Exactly. Yeah. So getting the pet is way more advantageous because you can sell that versus the mount you can't. So, and I have both.
Yeah.
I have the battle tank already.
Yeah.
So I don't need any more of those. Where again, the pet you can't have enough of because that goes for a quite decent amount of gold. So yeah, that's that, and then I just earlier today retrieved my 3-month RAF reward.
Nice.
Which, as you can see in the show notes, the picture is a 2-seat ground mount Explorer's Dune Tracker.
Oh, nice.
Camel. So,
congratulations.
Thank you. It's quite nice. Looks really cool. And it has like 2 seats on the back. I really like that. I hadn't thought that it would be that cool. It continuously choose
something.
Yeah, choose on something. Yeah.
Maybe it's got bubble gum.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
That's curds.
Yeah.
Now, Grand Aegis, may I ask where your Hearthstone is set for your newest max level? Is it Zendara lore?
Yeah, it's Zendara lore, yeah.
Zendara lore.
Mm-hmm.
And when you want to travel to Thunderbluff, do you do what I do? Do you do Hearth to Zendara lore, then take the portal there, then go from Thunderbluff to Darkmoon Fair, or do you go to Orgrimmar one?
I go.
Or do you have the ring? Do you have the Kirin Tor ring?
I don't have the ring on this tune yet, but normally I would use the ring.
Yeah.
But what I do usually is I go to Orgrimmar, and then just take the next portal to the left, which is the Northrend Dalaran.
Yeah.
That's way shorter than flying or running from the bluffs of the.
I'm finding myself doing the same thing on Horde side, is portal to portal to portal.
Yeah, because you need to take into account the fact that if it's shorter for you to go to Thunder Bluff, you still need to fly out or run out of the cave.
Yeah.
And then you need to run or fly or whatever from the cave entrance down to the portal of the fair.
Right.
And with the Orgrimmar, you just go, as you said, from portal to Orgrimmar.
Yeah.
Just turn left, go to the portal to Dalaran, to Northrend Dalaran, run down the stairs, turn half left again, talk to the mage, and get portal to the next portal.
The second a flight is available, you can fly. But if walking is your only option,
long.
If walking is your only option, then you try and find shortcuts.
Yep, and as we said, portal to portal is the shortest you can get, and the falling down basically the stairs from the portal room in Dalaran is the shortest way.
Yeah,
there's nothing shorter than that, unless you count using the 10 seconds to get teleported to that location in Northrend Dalaran. That would be the only viable alternative.
I find when I'm multi-boxing that I will take one character all the way to the entrance of Darkmoon Fair before I start doing my portal to portal on my other characters. That way, while the character loading screen is happening, I'm moving my Darkmoon Fair character down the ramp to the carousel, and I leave him on the carousel once he's there. But it's like if you're multi-boxing and you don't have a way to load all your characters onto one mount, you try and find shortcuts so that they're all in the carousel at the same time, they all hearth to the same spot, or they all like just find shortcuts.
What did I want to say? The third alternative, which isn't quite but almost, is the mage teleport to to the same spot again, to Northrend Dalaran.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't get around falling down those stairs, basically.
Well, once you have mages, you can memorize the color of the portal, and you're almost automatically goes straight to that.
Again, there is no alternative to that spot.
Yeah.
Regardless of how you
achieve
flip the coin, you won't get another. It's basically two identical sides of the coin, because regardless of where you go and how you go, you still need to get to the portal, and the teleport from the mage is the fastest way. Regardless, and to get there, it's just portal room from Orgrimmar over there is way too long. On the Alliance side, it's almost viable to go to Ironforge. It's almost viable because you have you run out of the room, the mage quarter, whatever it is, and then you just fly a quarter of the circle to the area where the bank is. That's almost as good. If you're like low level and you just learned flying, and you haven't found your way to Dalaran yet, that's the second best option there is in the game. Is go to Ironforge and then fly over there.
Right.
It's like a 15-second flight about. So that's obviously depending upon how fast you can fly.
Right.
If you have a 150 flight speed, then that's obviously going to be a little longer, but still, that's like the only viable alternative that you have. But again, that's over and done for February. That only comes up again in March. So,
indeed,
yeah. So that is basically it for me.
Alrighty.
For this week.
Excellent.
Let me I just wanted to mention quickly, have you stopped recording?
Nope.
No.
Still going.
We got a update for Alcoholic.
So finally. Yay.
For the people that have had issues with Alcoholic, I think yesterday is when we got a update. So that's finally updated to 8.3 viable.
Hurrah.
So
excellent.
That is a little add-on notice there. And again, for time, this add-on that I'm going to talk about now briefly hasn't worked properly, but apparently the author thought it was viable enough still to update it.
Right.
Or make it work again. So, and I've been using it again now that I've started to work on the garrison, on the Sindorai Hunter. The add-on I'm talking about is follower location info.
Right.
Oh.
It is a add-on that once you open it, brings you a list of all the possible followers, basically short of, or if you, it's not going to give you the individual followers that you can recruit in, but it's going to give you the list, basically, much as you have your mount list and your pets list in your respective journals. This is basically a garrison follower journal where it will tell you how many you collected. In my case, at the moment, I'm at 22 of 56. 56 being the ones, or every follower that is not a recruited follower. So the ones that you can unlock or buy or...
what's the add-on called?
Follower location info, all one word. And then you have them categorized in where you can get them. Orgrimmar, Draenor, and then Draenor is the overarching category that is the entire continent, and then you have the individual zones, Frostfire Ridge, Gorgwant, and so forth. And it will tell you, once you click on one of them, it will give you a little spreadsheet at the top of the right side window, a 3D rendered picture of it.
Right.
It will tell you, it will give you a link to Wowhead if you want to see the followers entry in Wowhead, and then it will tell you the level, the base quality level, and it will tell you the ability that it has.
Right.
And then on the lower part of the right-hand side window, the very unique thing why it's so good. This add-on is it will tell you and show you how to unlock or acquire the follower, where it will give you a list of the quests that
there's a follower in Ashran called Fentao, I think.
There are two.
Oh, well, I already have the priest guy. I forget what his name is.
It depends. There are two that you can get. No, like two that you get normally.
Right.
One is the Pandaren that you talk about.
Yeah.
Fentao, yeah. And the other one is your respective Blood Death Knight. The one that you get when you hit 91.
You get Delvar Iron Fist on the Alliance side or Vivian Horde side.
Exactly. Both are.
There's a priest cleric Alliance side that you can buy from the vendor.
Yes, there are three you can get on that you can buy. It depends on the factions. I'm on the Horde side at the moment.
Right.
It's Karg, a Blood Fury. You can buy him from the Frost Wolf orcs. At Revered. It will tell you, at the moment I'm only friendly, so I can't buy them yet. Even the requirements it will tag off for you. It would tell me I'm at 2,465 of 9,000 that I need. It tells me I need to go to Merchant Beskar Red Tusk to buy it, and the price is 5,000 gold. So that's all the information I need. And then there's the Professor Feldblast.
Right.
Again, that's a Destruction Warlock. That's from the Steam Wheel Cartel.
Yes.
And then there is Dawn Seeker Rakesh, and that's from the that's Bible
guy.
Yeah, but that's not. You need. You just need to buy it. There's no requirement here.
Oh, okay.
So what you need is 5,000 crystals, Pexus crystals,
yeah,
and 5,000 gold. So, and the merchant is Dawn Seeker Alset.
Right.
Alset.
Yeah, the quest giver.
I don't know what that is, but
he's the giant Erico standing outside the Vol'jin hut.
Yeah, but there's no rep requirement. So that's because it's not a faction bound. So yeah, again, it will tag them off for you in the bar, in the respective bar. You can see there's a little green tag that says acquired. It gives you as I said, the base quality. So the Blood Fury guy and the Feldblast and the Rukaji they're all rare quality. Only Fentao is green quality.
Yeah.
And then you have the two dungeon ones, Croman and Leroy Jenkins, which are epic quality from the get-go. And the same with the raid ones, the two raid followers you can.
Ariok and I forget what the other one's called.
Aknor.
Aknor?
Yeah, Aknor. AKNOR.
All right, I'll have to look him up.
Yep. And then you have all the recruitment ones.
Yeah.
They are by default, they are hidden, but you can open the tab where it says all the way at the bottom. It says recruitment.
Yeah.
And you just open by clicking the plus, and then it will give you the list of 244 recruitable. And
there's over 500 if you do both sides.
Yes, there are 244 on the Horde side. I'm not sure as to the exact number on the Alliance side, but you can do the math. There's 300 in total.
Yeah.
So I would imagine it's the same number on for both factions. 244 plus 56 is 300.
Some followers are available to both factions, like Blue.
Yeah, right. And then there are others that are not, like Vivienne and the other the dwarven guy.
Delvar.
Yeah. Same with the Teledor. The ones that you have to fight the NPCs for after you accept the quest.
Ada Brightblade, and the other one's called Alona on the Alliance side.
Yeah, exactly. So, Bright Dawn, yeah. So those are the quests that you. And again, you can see which ones you have. There's a search window, so you can search by name, and there's a counter. Again, as I said, at the moment I've collected 22 of the 56, and I've recruited 7 so far. So quite a long way to go on this character. If I want to collect all 244, recruit them.
It's since you can only do once a week.
Per week, correct.
It'll take you 5 years.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Give or take.
So, yeah. Yeah, so that's follow location info. Quite a handy add-on.
Downloaded and installed.
If you use TomTom,
yeah,
it has the quest and the location window and the requirements window for each quest that you need to do for the respective quest chains to unlock. There is a add waypoint to TomTom link as well. You can just left click and it will add the waypoint to the respective location, so you don't even have to think about where is that. You just click the light blue link and it will add the waypoint. There are a couple of issues that the add-on cannot account for, and that is the requirement to unlock the access to the first quest.
Ah, that's interesting.
Because if you want to quest for a follower, you need to, or for any other thing, you need to do a certain quest chain. Obviously.
I have a question. Yes. Is Kyber Kyle? Zane Kyber. He's in the chat room with us. Hi.
Oh, I don't know. But hi, whoever you are.
I have to see. I have to check.
Thanks for joining us on the stream.
Yeah.
I wish we could put tags on whoever joins so we can remember all the names.
Right, that would be nice.
No, that's not Kyle. But yeah, to return to the topic at hand, if you have a unlocking requirement that is part of a quest chain or a hub, so you have to quest the starting quest chain, and then go and then have the breadcrumb quest take you to the second hub. And only once you are at the second hub, you can start the unlocking of the follower. The add-on does not account for the requirement to do the first hub. So so you need to quest by yourself on your own to reach the quest chain for the respective hub where you need to pick up the quest to unlock the follower. One unique exception is the Kinsey pinch whistle.
Right.
That is the goblin follower in Altair, Spires of Iraq.
Yeah.
You get the quest to go to the Spires of Iraq hub down there at the Pinch Whistle Gear Works at your garrison.
Oh.
So you basically have this little island of separate questing, much like you have most of the Nessingberry quest hubs are independent of your progress in the respective zones, because they are not faction bound. Same with the goblins. The goblins are not related or tied to the faction from Spires of Iraq.
Right.
So they have their own little hub. So that's why they are accessible from the get-go as soon as you hit 97. You just need to
Can you get an Admiral Taylor on Horde side?
No. You get the so that's another exception there, because again, it's not Admiral Taylor is a alliance linked.
Yes. He shows up at your garrison after you complete that little section of the map.
Correct. Because there is no Horde faction garrison there. It's only the faction garrison, the Admiral Taylor's garrison.
Yeah.
As a Horde tune, you go into the garrison, go down to I almost said hanging tree, the gallows.
Yeah.
And next to the gallows, if you stand in front of them, if you look at them and you look to the right, behind them, there is a ghost that's digging and a exclamation mark for a follower called Benjamin Gibb, a undead, unholy death knight.
Right.
Just go and click on him, accept the quest, and he'll be recruited immediately. Because there is no quest chain there. It's basically a free follower there for the Horde, where the Alliance needs to do the quest with the story behind Admiral Taylor's garrison. So yeah, that's... and then again, on the other hand, if you go to Nagrand,
Letrosaur is available to both sides.
Letrosaur is to both sides, and because it's a story quest chain for both sides need to do the quest.
Right.
And Abugar, the fisher guy, same thing. It all depends upon, do you have any story-related stuff on your faction that needs to be taken care of or not? So, yeah, that's how that is. Again, but you can see all of that in the add-on. You'll see that let's stay with Abugar. The only thing that it doesn't tell you, which I find is quite unfortunate, is that it doesn't tell you that you need to collect the 3 items before you can talk to him and accept his quest to recruit him.
Oh.
But given the fact that there is a waypoint to go and find him, and you cannot talk to him, if you found the window and you clicked on the TomTom waypoint, or you flew there by yourself, and then there are 3 quests or 3 items to collect, I would think that most people can deduct that, if I can't talk to him now, I might go and find those 3 items that are listed. Let's see what happens after that.
Right.
And exactly that is what you need to do. Same thing as with the mage. The only difference with the mage is that each of the items that you retrieve are quests. So you accept the quests to take to the gnome, and then he stitches him back together, basically, magically. So, yeah, there are image of Archmage Wargath. So, for me, I pretty much since I came across the add-on way back when Warlord Duano was current content, I really liked the add-on. The only thing that is missing since they reworked it is before you had pictures, like screenshots basically of the map location, where you could see the location marked on a map picture. But now you have the waypoint for the TomTom. So I would think you just basically open your map and you see your marker there, and I think that's almost as good. So I don't see the issue with it being gone. So there are some areas where you see pictures, like for instance, let's stay with Abunga, where there is a image entry in the progress, and what you do is you just mouse over the entry called in the list called image, and you can see exactly it pops up a little a window where it it marks, or it shows you a screenshot of the respective thing. So that's that, but it's not the same thing as it was before. The one that's most noticeable next to the Abu Ghar one is the Alexei Barov, or the other Barov on the Alliance side. The one of the followers that you get from the lumber mill. So what you can do there is you can go and or you accept a quest, and then you have to find him or them, depending upon what faction you are, under a log, a tree log, and the images respectively will show you exactly where that is, what to look for. I really find that nice and find that good that they added that. Yeah, and that's basically. So it turned out to be a little more after all, but that's okay. Yeah, that's again follower location info.
Sounds very handy.
And, yep, it is, and that's been my week.
Awesome. All right, and now's the time I get to play this.
We're clan of darkness here together. What's in an egg that we can't weather? Apocalypse. We've all been there. The same old boss. Why should we care?
We're clan of darkness here together. What's in an egg that we can't weather? There's nothing that we can't face. Except for blaze.
Constructs, what's going on with Clans of Darknesses and Ctrl-Alt-WoW on Wormmaster Cord and Nethercliff?
Well, it looks like this week Earthen Ring and Winterhoof have been the focus of the leveling.
Oh.
Vashti has hit level 40 on Earthen Ring. Congratulations.
Congrats.
And on Winterhoof, we have Theodora, who's lit max level. Congratulations.
Wow, 120. Congratulations. That's a big one. Alrighty. Shout out to Kyle. I guess he's busy this week. We didn't hear from him. And Jeppy, we hope he'll join us again soon. You know, you have a standing invitation. Just let us know and we'll bring you in. We'll be recording next Sunday, same time.
Yep.
Right? Okay.
Awesome.
And hopefully one of us will have a love rocket by then.
I don't know if I'm going to be as diligent as I was last year. Well, I think I did it too much because I ended up in hospital at the end of too much sleep deprivation. So if it's not this year, it'll be next year for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or the year after that.
Or the year after.
Or the year after that, yeah.
By then, I'll be playing in VR. All right. This is Aprillian for the Horde.
This is Constrax. Looking forward to BlizzCon.
Oh yeah, this has been Grand Naked. Rule of acquisition number 19. Satisfaction is not guaranteed. Bye guys.
Bye guys.
Chat room.
Bye chat room. Thanks guys. Great job. Bye. Put this out tonight. Good luck, awesome. Grand Nagus.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Life is weird.
It is, yes.
Yeah. Bye guys.
And we are off the air.
Good show.
Nice.
But maybe I won't wear my green shirt later next time. That does look kind of creepy.
You'll know for next time what it looks like.
I'm a floating head.
You're a floating head.
Yeah. That is so cool, though. Bye, guys.